Today we're going to learn how to plant a tree or shrub with using the Waddell's way. I'm Andy Waddell, third generation at Waddell's Garden Center. Now today, this is in a 5-gallon sized pot, and we're going to show you how to install it into the ground. First of all, I like to look at how big the pot is compared to how large the hole needs to be. I like to go twice the width as the plant. So we got approximately about a 10-inch to 12-inch pot. What people have said in the past, why do I not have good success? Well, our owner, George Waddell, always told us, why put a plant in a 5-cent hole? Plant it so it has a chance to grow and thrive. So now we've got our hole dug. We want to do a little measurement. I like to do this. What's the width? And the depth? So you can see I'm pretty darn close. So I like to use sphagnum peat moss. Sphagnum peat moss retains and holds moisture, but unlike clay, it would also perspire. So let's put a little bit in our bottom. I also like to give our plant a good start. I like to use Waddell's 100% composted cow manure. This is Wonder Blend. Buyer beware, there's different blends that are just fillers. Let's put a little of that in the bottom too. Rule of thumb, like I like to do, about a third of each. Now let's make a nice little mix. We stir it up, get it all blended in nice, set a little bit on the side. Let's see where this plant sets. Okay, that's gonna look nice. Just about the right depth, soil level to soil level. If anything, plant a tad high. So let's take our plant out of the pot. We always remove it out. Nice root structure. I always like to rough it up. Again, turning around, getting some of those roots loosened up. Set that plant right down in there. Then one of our key components for having plants live well is using a product called Mike's. Mike's is a beneficial enzyme. It makes root structure develop better and stimulates root growth, whether it be a evergreen or a potato or an impatient. And we just put it around the hole, and we like to put it right up on the roots. That beneficial enzyme is packed right up around those roots. Let's put a little more food or a little more composted cow manure around that outside. Our cow manure is odorless, non-burning, easy to work with. Now, let's see how that plant looks starting to backfill. Bring our mix around it. I like to use Montajo cedar mulch. Cedar mulch is probably the nicest. This is not a dyed mulch. This is nice, dark brown or light red. Very nice mulch. So let's keep this plant nice and cool. So let's put a little mulch around there. Now don't bury the stem. Make sure you do a nice bowl around the plant. Nothing worse than burying the stem too deep and having to a point where now you've suffocated that plant. So now we've got, with our composted cow manure, sphagnum peat, having this plant mulched in with cedar mulch, I would strongly suggest keeping this plant watered 2 or 3 times a week. Summer comes, a little bit warmer, go ahead and water more. Go according. If it's a wet spring, water less. If it's a dry spring, water more. But hopefully this way you can have good success on learning how to plant shrubs, trees, and evergreens out in your yard.